Welcome to the current episode of Fireside Chats with myself, Regina Curtis, Monica Henderson, and we have two guests with us that I'm going to let introduce themselves only in a very special way. So, this is how we're going to introduce ourselves. Whoops. That's what happens when you have YouTube running at the same time. You have this echo. So listen carefully. Imagine that you're at a party and someone asks, so tell me about yourself. What's your answer without telling us the answer?
Who's going to go first?
I feel like one of the newbies has to go first.
No.
I think the newbie should go first.
I think so too.
All right.
Well,
It's
y'all
like
choose. Y'all choose. Majority wins. Someone needs to go first, though.
The answer without the answer, like without technical details, or
Correct.
just
Without telling, yeah. Who are you? Tell us about yourself without identifying what you do and so forth.
My name is
Darcey
Ross.
stumped everyone.
I help my fellow neurodivergent community remove their masks, trip the brakes, and walk forward in more authentic confidence.
Well done. Well done. All right. Who's next?
I would just introduce myself as a Regenius.
Ooh. Do that again. You're big now. Do that again.
All right. I'll just be like, hi, I'm the Regenius. I also sometimes am a Reninja. So it just depends on what mood I'm in.
That was good. That's good.
That was good. I sometimes like to say I put glitter on stuff for a living. So that's
Oh.
usually less information. Like people have to ask more questions to really.
Right.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go next. So my name is Monica Henderson, and I am a professional bully. And I bully people into being their best selves.
That's almost too easy. Really? That's almost too easy. What do y'all say?
If it's
like
accurate, who cares?
I thought it was that.
Well, that's true.
It
So
is true.
I am a collector of stories and help people stop minimizing themselves.
We like that.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So that stumped people for a hot second.
Did stump people for a hot second.
So if you could ban one human behavior for the next 30 days, what would it be and why?
Passive aggressiveness. Because it drives me effing crazy. That would be why.
100%.
One word. Should.
Should. That's a good one.
Okay.
Stop shitting on other people. Stop shitting on yourself.
Shitting. No shitting.
I would say, I think this could also be passive aggressive, but I would also say the leaving you on red, the non-responsive leaving you on red.
It could be passive aggressive, but it also could be that is so you remember to come back to it later. Because I am definitely, that is me. I leave it on red when I need to go back to it to remember to answer.
I'll read it.
I'll
read
7 messages. Does this person not get the clue that I'm busy?
Like honestly, for the email, I will like read it and then mark it unread so I can come back to it so that I don't lose it.
Yeah, I do that too.
It doesn't really work well. My stuff's falling everywhere. It doesn't really work well with social media because you can't like read then unread.
Yes,
but I am 100% guilty of like reading it typing the message, never hitting send.
Same. I also am guilty of that. Yeah.
Right. And then
none
I'll
of that
come
has
back
any-
and be like, this person has never like responded to my message. Oh, you never hit
somebody
send.
got a house
you never
panther.
hit send.
Yes, this is my house panther, Cooper.
Aw,
Man.
yes.
He is. He is active at the moment, so he's going to just join us.
Aw. Ross, did you answer and I missed it?
I did.
He
Should.
said,
Good.
Right. No shoulding. Okay.
No shooting. All that public shooting, it's just terrible.
and then we said passive aggressive. And then Regina, what did you say?
I
Well,
said
Regina
passive aggressive. She said the read receipts, basically leaving
Passive
people on
aggressive.
read. Mm-hmm.
And the readers out here.
Well, Darcey can answer too.
The trait is not actually looking for the answer before they ask for help. You didn't even try to find the answer before you went to ask for help. That one.
I'm not sure I understand that one.
That's a learned helplessness thing, and
Yeah.
I can completely understand it.
Victimized
Victimized
incompetence.
Incompetence is the one that I would love.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Victimized incompetence.
Or weaponized.
Sorry.
Weaponized.
Weaponized.
Well,
Weaponized.
victimized also.
Yeah, no, totally. No.
We're going into victim bill. Just
Might have been
barely.
a little bit of a misspeak, but not actually.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
That was perfect.
Not going to victimhood. Nope, not me.
That
Nope.
burns my britches. I don't mind helping people all day, every day. Like if you need my help, I am like so in for helping you. But I don't enjoy when someone comes to me to ask me to help before they've tried to do it themselves. Because now you're just using me, right? Like now I'm just doing your homework for you, and that's like
Right.
not cool.
My name is Monica, and I am a replacement for Google.
Yes.
Or your own brain. Like think first. Don't come to me. My mom used to say this. Like if you'd be like, Mom, where's the ketchup? She'd be like, I'm gonna beat you one time for everything in the fridge. I move out of the way to find the ketchup.
Oh, you're my
own ketchup.
mom was a thug.
I only do homework and exchange.
Yeah, that's the thing that burns my. You, Darcey, what is your thing you're banning for 30 days?
I'm really on the kick about minimizing ourselves for the comfort of other people. You know, as long as it's done okay, so I have 3 tenets I live by: be kind, do no harm, and embody love. So, and that's directed to ourselves first. And so if we're going that route and we have done those things, and then still someone does say or says something, and you take that breath and you go, okay, am I going to minimize this? I'm going to let it go, or am I going to say something? So it's like everybody says something with kindness, unless you have to repeat yourself multiple times. It's like,
yeah, it's a little less kind every time I have to repeat myself.
Sometimes it needs a little more emphasis than some people might be applying.
Yeah, true. Or receiving, comfortable receiving, I think. Yeah.
If they weren't receiving
well,
it,
both though. Yeah.
So, what's something you believe that gets you into trouble at dinner parties? For those who actually go to dinner parties.
It's been a while, but
Julie.
Something that gets you into trouble.
I laugh really friggin' loud. I'm a loud laugher, and I'm a I back my head and bah, ha, 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 ha.
I love that.
Like,
please come to my dinner party. I need that in my life.
I was going to say, please come
I'm
laughing up at my dinner party.
If I'm too much, go find less.
yeah, that's truly winter-born dinner party invitation. Yeah, okay.
I did get shushed yesterday. Like a little.
Oh no, you didn't.
Oh no.
Because also, like, don't dim my light, girl.
Wait, where did you get shushed?
Yeah, I was at an event and I bah-ha-ha'd a little too loud. And it was a little like, oh, it was a little like,
Really?
mhm.
No.
Oh,
I would have. That would make me
Mm-mm.
laugh louder.
See,
it made, but it didn't. It made my little, my inner child like hide.
Mm,
It made, and
yeah.
I couldn't leave. Like, I had to stay present. And so like that was that bad feeling in my like solar plexus, like right between the solar plexus and your hara, like right there in that
Yeah.
like just 2 inches or 2 fingers below your belly button, that little like, oh, I was like, okay, let me
Mm,
keep it
ooh.
together. But yeah, I mean, that's one of those things. It gets me in trouble. It's not the first time because I forget to check myself, right? And I forget that I'm not always safe in spaces. And so I'll just be my actual real freaky self, carry my little freak flag around with me.
I love it. I
So
love
yeah.
it.
How about you guys? Who else gets in trouble at dinner parties?
they should on you.
They do.
And
Yeah.
let them.
I
And,
get in trouble.
uh-uh.
I would get in trouble at dinner parties for accidentally taking over. I have this lead me, follow me, or get out of my way kind of mode about me. And if if someone's clearly in charge, we're good. If no one's in charge, I have a real hard time not just taking over. And so that would probably be that would be my toxic trait that would get me in trouble at a dinner party. Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
Ross or Monica?
yeah, I think I would get in trouble for helping the help. I kind of want things to go well for people, and so much of my career has been in the production side of things. So like when things aren't running the way that they that I know the person who is trying to like organize it is trying to run it, I want to like step in and like support them in getting um, their vision to come to full light in well. Yeah, I don't want them to look bad or go out bad. So I probably would get in trouble for being like somewhere where only staff's supposed to be because I'm helping. Like that would probably be.
Did you want the charming individual in charge or the jerk who makes things happen? Because I'm definitely on the latter's team there. My thing I get in trouble with is I tend to focus in and go deep in a conversation with one person,
Mm.
and apparently the rest feel neglected. And it's like, well, darn it, sorry.
Yeah.
You got to
That is-
spread yourself around the dinner party. Okay, so mine is that I laugh. I'm evil when I laugh. I laugh at people's misfortune. So, like if they stub their toe, I will laugh at them, and I can't stop. It just starts, and then other people start laughing because I'm laughing, and this poor person is hurt. So, and I laugh when I get hurt.
It's not
too.
but it's not your fault. You grew up on Bugs Bunny.
It's true.
It's
And
true.
Acme, where the what is that thing?
The anvil.
The anvil. Yes. And everyone still lives.
Kyle is out you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for the save.
That should chew you through. Next.
So, looking at Mingle, what is the thing that intrigues you the most about Mingle? We'll start with our guests. Julie.
Sure. I think the thing that intrigues me the most about Mingle is the opportunity to connect with all these different souls, all these different people who are bringing their own version of light into the space. And I feel like I'm an artist, so I love this anyways, but I feel like when we're collaborative, we are like a single light, like a heartbeat, right? So, and it's a vision that I've had since when I very first started meditating, my very first meditation, this is like 1989, not to age myself, but whatever, who cares? I'm old. We like it that way. But that first meditation was, I saw each of us as a piece of the light, and that when we are disembodied, we are all just one big light source. And I feel like when we are in the mingle, we are each of those little lights, and we're bringing it together in that same way. And I don't just mean that in like a spiritual way. I mean that like each of our souls is bringing a gift that we maybe don't logically or intellectually know or understand. But we are learning to embody that. And so by rubbing up against these other people who are in that same vibrational kind of vibe, that it inspires or brings it out of us. So I think if I had to say that in a shorter way, not that you asked me to, but I think that it inspires our own greatness.
Oh, I'm glad you condensed it, because that is
Powerful.
more than the sum of what you were sharing, in my opinion. Sorry, let me just stamp my opinion on that. But that was really powerful, like Regina was saying. Yeah. Wow.
Connections reinforcing harmonics. I like that.
Yeah.
As for myself, I'm coming at this going, I set my purpose to serve my fellow neurodivergent community. So it makes sense to look at becoming part of neurodivergent communities and learning exactly how to do what I do in ways that it's actually received and useful. Anybody can study hypnosis. Many people do. Anybody can get certified in hypnosis, and too many people do sometimes. But if I'm not speaking the same language that you're used to living in, I'm not helping you as well as I could. I'm not serving you as well as I could. And really, that's why I got into hypnosis in the first place, was because it served me so much better than the coaching I had received and was trying to do. And Mingle is a fun place full of potential friends to play with and learn from. So, yay.
Yay.
So I'm going to come to Regina and Monica last. I want to share my share. Also, we have a one at the eyeball. So whoever that is, please say hello so we can say hello back. The thing that has intrigued me about Mingle, and this is from being a member, being a participant, being a collaborator, co-worker, all of the above, is that a concept can grow exponentially within the energy of Mingle, and that there's no limits unless you put the limits on yourself. So the vision, the movement is only limited by yourself and what your mindset is at the time. So with these answers, Monica and Regina, what are your thoughts as co-architects of this space?
Well, I love all of these answers.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Monica.
I was going to say, let me speak before my internet decides to kick me out yet again.
I know. It is like being a little shady right now.
Yeah. The thing about, all of the things that are happening around me are, there's a lot going on in disruptive energy today in my space. But what I was going to say that I love about these answers, right, is it absolutely is what we intended, and also not at all what we expected, right? Like we wanted to create a space where people could practice their language skills, whether it's in their super neurodivergent way of speaking, or being able to kind of translate their ethereal language into normal speak, right? Like we wanted that kind of space. And we wanted a place where your knives could be sharpened with the other brilliant people who are in the space. So like all of those are all the things that we wanted, but also I feel, I don't know, I'm speaking for myself. I wanted it to happen and I knew it was possible, but like what it actually has become was way more than what I thought it would be. Um, and could have never known that it was going to turn into. So uh, it warms my heart to hear that.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Regina,
Can you repeat the original question?
you're asking a lot. What intrigued you? What has intrigued you the most about Mingle?
So, what has intrigued me the most about Mingle is that it is continuously surprising in the most delightful ways. At times, in some frustrating ways as well.
Sure.
Being one of the co-architects, there are some times when the growth and the evolution, the constant evolution, is a lot of work. But what I find to be the most intriguing and fascinating and delightful thing is that it truly is a collaborative, collective energy. And so as each person comes into the space and joins the space, it just brings in this like additional layer of experience. And that it's really fun, right? It gets to be really fun because it's never the same thing on any given day. And that I find that to be a lot of fun. So yeah, that would be what I would say. Yeah, connective, collective. I like that.
So, as the co-architect and the response that you've heard from us, what are your thoughts about that, Regina?
Yeah, like I love all of those answers, and like how beautiful that we get to be this light, and each person connecting in their light. And the thing that I think is really cool about that and that visual is that like no one light drowns out another. It just adds to the brightness of it, right? Like it just adds to the beauty and adds to the clarity. And for my partner's home, so there goes the cat. For and Darcey, you saying that like there's no potential, like no potential. There's all the potential, right? There's no limit to the potential.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of potential, like the potential friends that you have, the potential collaborators, the potential all the people who you can share your weird and wonderful ways with and learn from and gather together, and yeah, all of it just makes me very excited.
Well, and the responsiveness, and I know that the responsiveness that you all share, meaning Monica and Regina, based on what the users, us and you, want and see as a logical progression, means that you all have to do a whole bunch of work on the back end. And you do it. And that's just
Indeed.
Not necessarily a polite thing to tell someone you need to work on your back end.
There are some of us who need to. So
sometimes we do need to work on our back end, though. Yeah, it is. So I think that's an interesting thing to talk about, right? Responsive building is the way that we build, and it is similar to iterative building, but it really is alive, right? Where we are one of the things that we like really strive to do is to ensure that our environment is dynamic, meaning that it can respond in real time to the needs of our community. It is why we do everything live, right? Real people, real help, real time, which means that you get real responses and you also get real situations like cats coming and joining the conversation and your internet being wonky and all of those things. But it's important because those are the reality of our situations, right? Like I saw a tiny little was it a little dog behind you, Julie? Right, like there's just stuff happening in our lives, and in the world that we live in, if we pretend that those things don't exist or we try to ignore them, then they're going to get louder, right? They're going to need more from us and it's going to pull more away. We won't actually be able to respond to all the things like in neat little silos. It just doesn't work that way, right? So if you can be dynamic in how you're responding to things and you can set up your business in a way that does that too, that is a more sustainable way to actually run, maintain, and grow your business.
All right, thank you. Thank you for that. And the more expansiveness share about what Mingle is. So we're going to switch gears a little bit, and I'm going to make y'all kind of visualize something. So there's a billboard in front of you. It's on one of the busy highways, so cars are zipping by, fairly quickly. You get to put something on the billboard that speaks to your business. So you have cars whipping by, you only have so much space. What would you put on the billboard to make an impact on the people driving by?
Two things come immediately to mind. It depends on what mood I'm in, y'all. So it's either going to be just be you, boo, with me making some kind of like crazy face, or stop it. Because I feel like that is also a big piece of it. Just stop it. So yeah, one of those two things, but it would definitely be me being some kind of crazy in the picture.
All right.
I would probably have something that had my, pardon me, mantra. It's not really a mantra, that's a silly word for it, but I have this thing that I like to make sure people understand, and that is that self-trust starts the moment we stop abandoning ourselves. So it would be some iteration of that. I wanted to say, come home to yourself, because I feel like that's the invitation to come home to yourself. But I'm not sure that people understand that. So the other, more of a statement. I don't know, but also like in a whipping by, I think 3 words is maximum that they would pick up. So do you, boo, is so like precise and ready. And,
Yeah.
right. So I would need to find some way to condense that down, but something along those lines.
We actually have a few digital billboards up here along the interstate where I live.
Nice.
And it's interesting to see exactly how much of it my eyes to see what I don't. And dang it, I didn't get all the phone number before it changed. And they're on a 30-second rotation. So it's
fast.
interesting.
Yeah. I think the billboard that I would say is you have choices, choose to be great, or it's your birthright to live healthy, wealthy, and fulfilled. Those would be my 2. If I had, rotating, if I had options to put a billboard here and then a billboard down the way, I'd have both of them.
I mean, in LA,
you have full control.
In LA, you could put a whole novel up there because, girl, you're going to be sitting there a minute.
That's true. That's true. That's
Boy,
funny.
that's so-
I thought you were gonna say work smart, play hard.
Oh, that's another one. See, I have so many of them. There was, but I was like trying to think of like the most global
Yeah.
change statements, and I don't realize that they have choices is one of the like first things that comes to mind. Like, you have a choice. Like, you can choose to be great. Like, you don't have to suck, right? Maybe that should change it to you don't have to suck, choose to be great. Maybe that's what it is.
I think that would definitely catch some attention.
Yeah, never mind. Nope, never mind.
Choose to be great. And then the other would be the work smart, play hard is really cool, but that requires, I think, a bit of imagery with it. I think so. I don't know.
Oh, you can have imagery with your words.
Yeah.
Mine is going to be a line of regular text and then a line of really emphasized text. The regular text says, "Who would you be when you," and then the big text, "Know you are safe?" Question mark.
That's a good billboard, dude.
That's a good billboard. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be, I already know I'm safe. I don't need this. And there's going to be people who, wait, what would that feel like? It's been so long. I don't know I've ever felt that. I need to call him.
Yeah. Know you are safe feels like a phone number. No,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the right number of numbers, but like it
It's
feels
not,
like one of
but, God, 10 digits, you are safe. Now I got to work that out with Google phone and see if it's better.
He's like,
yeah, KNOWURSAFE, right? Know you are
That's a
safe.
different way at it. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You're welcome.
there will be no math.
My work here's done. Genius signing out.
I got to be said earlier about when she was saying something about freak and just queued up that Hailstorm song, Freak Like Me, which is one of my stage taking songs.
Nice.
Okay.
Like, yeah. It's not that we're weird. It's that some of us aren't weird enough.
Facts, man.
Elevated weird.
Maybe that's the billboard. Are you weird enough?
Right?
You need to work on that.
Because then Yankovic is going to put his concert tickets up there, and yeah.
Yeah.
Mine would be stop shrinking.
Maybe it's like,
I hope it's not across from a billboard for the show Shrinking. Shrinking? Stop shrinking.
The next one come to line is going to be a Viagra ad.
People, oh no. People have a whole crisis. That's a good one though. Stop shrinking.
stop shrinking.
Mm-hmm. So then with your billboard stuff, can you roll that into merch? What can you do with those things that you just created?
Oh yeah, the t-shirts there.
Oh yeah.
The coffee mug is there.
Water bottles.
Everything. Now I'm working on graphics and Canva in my head.
There you
Thanks.
go. You're welcome.
I should be here in a conversation and I'm already building graphics in my head. Thanks.
And
Sounds
this
like a
is the
productive
beauty of
conversation.
Mingle right here.
Yeah, this is we are Mingle everywhere we go. Like it's unavoidable.
What's something society calls normal that you find completely bizarre?
In a word, conformity.
Corporate America. Ugh.
Well, that's 2 words, but okay. Same thing.
In a phrase, it would be how we board airplanes.
We are not skilled at that.
That just
Terrible.
why don't we board airplanes from the back to the front?
Why don't we exit properly? That's the worst one. People standing up, it hasn't even touched down yet.
Because
It's not
people have
about
to feel
efficiency,
special.
it's about status.
It's dumb. we would all get there faster if we boarded from the back to the front.
Right. But that is not what that system is built on.
In my first class seat, I'm already 2 Jack Daniels in, and I like it that way.
Something that society calls normal that I disagree with.
That you find completely bizarre, if that is
completely bizarre.
Or could irritate the crap out of you.
Small talk.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be the ones in the corner at the dinner party talking to each other and ignoring everybody.
There we go. Yes, we would. I'd be like, "Hey, weirdo, I see you. Come talk to my weird." Yeah, small talk makes me absolutely crazy. Like I forget that is a thing that people expect of me, and then I just jump like right into the middle of a relationship. I'm like, "Oh, we've known each other for 10 seconds, so we can just go all the way there. Like we're good."
I like your sense of timing.
All right. What about you, Julie?
Corporate America, corporate double.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the double speak of it all. The not saying the real thing because they're towing a company line. And even though I work for a major nonprofit and it's corporatized within that, and so I'm always like, what did they really mean? Like, what does that mean? Or how can I say this in a way that lands correctly, right? That feels like you're not going to get in trouble. But I feel like we spend so much time trying to understand each other or trying to be understood that when you have to play that like double speak game, that it just is so it's defeating, and it feels just like, whose game are we playing? And couldn't we get so much more done if we were actually speaking truth to power and actually moving the needle and making a difference with people? So it's again, it goes to my solar plexus. It feels disempowering to try to speak that way.
The mask is the brakes. Yep.
Interesting. I love this. Giving my opinion about the airplane conversation. I think the way we board planes is a relic from the original creation and commercialization of air travel, where seats were bigger and comfortable. Yeah, and you got like a whole actual meal and you dressed up to go on the plane, and like it was a whole culture, it is also a whole culture now, but not the one that was originally created. That's it. Yeah, interesting perspective. Wise one. That's Monica's daughter right there.
So with all the energy that we could save from reflecting on how we should answer the question in corporate America, how we could move more rapidly on aircraft if we did board from the back to the front, and that everybody was kind to each other and there was no elitism, what do you think we could get done?
Oh, so much.
What would you like to see get done?
More important things.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. All of that really boils down to being like honest. And I know it's like boarding the plane from the back to the front is honesty, but it is, right? It's like the efficient thing that you can do. The most polite thing you can do is just be honest about what needs to happen in order for everybody to get what they need to get done, right? And so the placating of people and the coddling and the like creating these like VIP sections and all that other stuff, that's a lie, right? Like none of those people are going to get there any faster than anybody else, right? Like the plane lands at exactly the same time. We all get to that destination exactly the same time, right? But like if we were honest about that, right, if we could be honest about that part, then there are other ways that you could actually enhance someone's experience that actually is more valuable to them, as opposed to this, you get to board the plane first because you're a VIP. Like, I mean, that's what airport lounges are for, and that's what, like, like getting vouchers for drinks before you get on the plane could help, or being able to check all the fucking bags you want could be a way to actually create that, like, better ways to create that VIP experience that you want without kind of making the rest of it inconvenient for everybody involved, because it's not convenient for anyone, right? Like it really is inconvenient for everybody involved in the process, but we have to like do this stupid song and dance because these people want a VIP experience, when the reality is the VIP experience is not going to be sitting on the plane longer while you wait for all of the bums to schlep past you, right? Like, it's like, honestly, the VIP experience is like getting in, getting out, and then getting off and getting out. Like that is actually the VIP experience, but they're
You
not
just described traveling by private jet.
right. But it's not that way. And so there are other ways that we can create these things if we could just be honest about what's really happening.
I think like part of the common denominator between, Monica, what you were saying and what I was saying is that we would have to get up to use the airplane analogy, a 30,000 foot view in order to see what actually matters, and pulling away that hierarchical bullshit that's happening when we have to pretend that you're a VIP because you got on the plane first, or pretend that you are protected from language that's real, that actual people use all the time, to use doublespeak, right? Like, if we could get above the need to placate the egos of the people that we're doing this stuff for, then we are greasing the wheels, right? We are moving stuff right along because we are not playing games for the patriarchy or any kind of bullshit.
Honestly, I think all of our answers had to do with removing the superficial layer and getting down to what is actually important, right? Like, so when you asked, what could we accomplish if we didn't spend so much time, energy, and resources doing this like superficial bullshit, then what could we actually do? We could connect with each other as humans. We could really understand what's important about our processes. We could, have the deep conversations and do the things in the way that is really true for how we actually want to do them. And we could just like remove the layers of, I have to do it this way because it makes me feel important, because we would actually have presence with each other and know that we're important, right? Like, so yeah, let's do that, please.
I'm in.
So with this awareness and this reflection, how are you embodying that within your own business?
Oh, well, I don't know if you guys have ever met me, but I 100%
Okay, we're not asking
of the
you,
time,
Monica.
straight no chaser.
Yeah,
I mean,
if Monica's masked, it's transparent.
100%.
We're getting the real her.
she's wearing a mask of her own face.
Yeah, it's like, let me just take the skin off.
Maybe not.
Oh, I mean, I feel like that is the same for me. I mean, what you see is what you get. And that changes on any given moment, right? Like, I can go from being like deep in this like spiritual exploration of something to wanting to fucking kill my cat because he's driving me crazy. Like, like, and that snap can happen in a hot second. And then I'm like, okay, I'm good now. And then keep moving on. Like, I feel like I don't have any pretense about, like, there's no, you get what you get. And I encourage that in other people as well, wholeheartedly. So that would be how
I would agree with that too, Gina. I do the same with, I don't have a boundary between like work and life because it's all sort of swirling together. Like, what is my spirituality? What is my entrepreneurship? What is my quote unquote real life? But also, like, in the depths of grief, when we are looking at something super, super hard, whether it's the loss of a person, a dream, an opportunity, whatever, being able to lean into humor is one of those tools that I feel like is endlessly helpful. And, you know, we all are doing a little bit of it here, a little bit of cracking up, a little bit of breaking tension with a little bit of humor. And I feel like that is stifled when I have to do the double speak, or when I have to pretend that something else is the priority rather than whatever the real priority in the moment is.
Or silence your laughter. Like, what kind of monsters? No. Boo.
No.
Boo for that.
That's a bumper stick firmly placed where we're sitting. Not allowed to laugh loudly.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh my goodness.
It was actually humor that turned me around and told me I was going to be able to live again. A friend of mine was uncomfortable with the depth of grief I was in, so he tried humor, because that's what we did between us as guys. He said, "You know the first rule of holes, right?" And I knew it because I told him the joke. But I said, "Okay, go for it. What is it?" He said, "When you're in one, stop digging." And right then, this epiphany just came from the back of beyond nowhere, hit me in the back of the skull. I said, "When would be a better time to check my foundation?" And that was my turnaround.
Damn.
Yeah.
You got the brilliant system paddle. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're
Thank
in the
you.
hole,
But
there
yeah,
would
that whole-
not be a better time to check the foundation. That shit's deep. That is as deep as the hole.
That was
you
deep.
got.
But it was
Yes. Yes.
Deeper. Oh, wait, no, never mind. Wait.
Okay.
So when checking the foundation, go ahead.
I'm just saying.
I think her sound is catching up.
When you're checking your foundation, could you say that you're checking in with yourself and inside your body? And if yes, when did your body become wiser than your plan? If it has.
My body was doing everything in its power to help me keep my promise. And it was only when it hit me hard enough to get me to listen to it, and I am not known for having a thin skull. Sometimes it takes a full-flung clue by four. But it was then that they, hey, come back down here. Here's who we are. She's out there. And she's not even out there anymore as much as she's out there now. But we are still us in here, living and breathing and digesting and a few other functions that aren't polite to mention. But it took that to bring me around to, if I'm going to keep that promise, I'm going to have to pull my head out of where I had it and start finding out what works for me. And I did.
Thank you for your share.
Darcey, will you say the question again? When you're checking a foundation.
And you believe the foundation is your body and you're checking in with that, when did your body become wiser than your plan?
I would have to say that when I mentioned earlier that I received this work that I do as a download, a gift after my daughter passed away, that I was functioning with sex, drugs, and rock and roll as my way of getting through stuff. And it turns out that that ain't how you do things. And, you know, I was a young girl. And so I just remember I woke up one day and my arms still ached to hold the baby that would never be there again. And when I got quiet and heard my intuition, which I don't think that's part of my body, but my body gets to host it, that she handed me this whole system. this whole beautiful intuitive painting process, which has evolved over time, right? As I've grown and evolved, so has the process. But the initial gift, right? Like, it was obvious that the choices I was making were not in rhythm or alignment with what my body truly needed. Anybody knows that logically, but you know, when you're young and you're just doing what you're doing to try to survive, I think it was in that moment that I just had an awakening. And it's so visceral. Like, I can still feel my toes dug into the grass. I can still feel the sunshine on my shoulders. Like, I can still feel the moment that this whole thing like ka-chunked into my body as like literally a spiritual download. I don't know if I'm really answering the question, but that's the answer that I have.
Your answer is your answer, and it's perfect.
Thanks.
What she said.
Thank you.
I've had many situations in my life where my body has taken over from what I thought I was going to be doing. Like, there's one situation I can actually think of where like I actually like, honestly, it was a trauma response in the moment, but like my body took me where it needed to go, even though I mentally wasn't able to like be present in that moment. So when you say that, like, there's times where I'm actually thinking of like how grateful I am to my nervous system for like actually driving this meat suit for a moment so that I could, you know, be human about my experience. Looked back at those moments and gone like, that was amazing, an amazing way of navigating me through that. And even though like I had a plan, or I thought I had a plan, or I thought I would have a plan when the time came, suddenly I found myself in a different situation and was like, huh, that was a much better plan. So I know that's a little vague, but it's honestly multiple times.
Oh yeah.
That body wisdom was definitely there.
Yeah. I would say it's daily for me, honestly. My body decides it wants to do what it wants to do when the fuck it wants to do it. And the older I get, the more it's in charge. But I think it's because when I was younger, so like I always say my body was my ride or die, right? Like literally, to my soul. Right? Like either we're riding or we're dying, right? And so there is a point in my adulthood journey that I had to like stop for a second and be like, man, my crazy ass personality dragged you through some bullshit, and you were there for me, like through thick and through thin. And you were like, oh, we don't want to do this, but I guess this is what we're doing, you know? And so when I started finally kind of like recognizing how my bad decisions mentally and my emotional decisions sometimes put my body into situations that it didn't want to be in, and how she started revolting. She started saying, "Nope, I'm not doing that shit." Whoop, shut down. You're gonna go to sleep. Like, whoop, nope, we don't have the energy for that. Override, right? Those moments low key happen daily, right? When you think about like as you get older and you're sitting down, I'm gonna watch this TV show, and your body's like, no, the hell we're not. Whoop, you're out, right? Like
We're going to sleep right now. That's what we're going to do.
that override button, right? Because I always say like I have a counsel with my mind, body, and soul every morning. And my mind is very type A, and like we got to get shit done, we got to make things happen. Like there's a list, let's do the things, and it's ready to go all the time, right? And my soul just wants to play and be joyful and like loiter. Essentially, is what my soul wants to do. And then my body's like in this like dysfunctional relationship with the two of them in there, and it's like okay, like just you guys are a lot, right? And so I think when it hits that shutdown button, it's like, okay, I've let y'all get away with murder, and now I'm done. Like, I'm done. I don't have time for this shit. Y'all can go sit to a back burner. It's me time. I'm pushing myself to the forefront. And I think, especially as I get older and I'm in that territory of menopause, perimenopause, the body is really fed up at that point, right? And it's really like, no, you don't understand. It's my time.
Get off my lawn.
Right. It's me time.
I have dealt with your bullshit for long enough.
Right.
You're going to sit your ass down.
Exactly. So I think the older we get, the more our bodies are like, yeah, no, you can't be trusted. I'm just going to go ahead and sit your ass down for you, since you can't sit down ahead of time. And my body is definitely getting more and more. My body's getting a stronger voice.
Thank you for your share.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I apologize, but I always find it amusing when I hear 40-somethings talking about being old. My sons are in their 40s. They're kids.
Yeah, there's like a switch though in a female's body that hit once you hit 40, that it is a different beast. It is a whole you're relearning yourself all over again.
I have been acquainted with various female bodies, and I'm aware.
It's not necessarily that you're old. It is. I do feel though like it's it is a whole new identity at that point, and I don't know that there's a correct language other than there's not like not words for it, but it is a different identity. Like you're moving into a different identity, and that needs to be acknowledged. Although I agree, I don't think that is old at all, but it does feel it on days.
Well,
and the body's like, I'm not so sure if you.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, me and my body and my mind and my soul all had a conversation, and we want to live to be like 97, which means I have like 52 more years on this planet. So I don't see myself as old. I see myself as young, because 52 years I can get a lot of shit done. I mean, I've done a lot for 45. So imagine what happens when I have another 52 years of doing stuff. So I don't see myself as like old, as in like old in that way. But this is like that threshold of like, I'm definitely not, my body is not young anymore in the way that it was
not useful. Yeah.
Yeah, those endocrine switches are letting you find out what's really important.
Yeah.
Because those priorities you had, not so much.
Yes.
All right, friends, we are coming down to the last minute of this show. Is there anything that you would like to share before we close?
Your questions are getting sassier, and I like it.
You're welcome.
I enjoy it.
It was a lot of fun hanging out with you guys tonight.
It was fun. I enjoy being safe. I enjoy feeling safe. I enjoy contributing to safe. And I look forward.
Yeah, you got to go look up that number.
I know, right?
Yes, ma'am.
No, you are safe. There you go. Get on it. Thank you, Darcey.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody. We will be back in 2 weeks on June 23rd for our next episode of Fireside Chats. Have a good evening.
Yay!
It will end one day. I hit and it ends. Everything I got going is on a delay.
No.
There's 59 seconds left according to the clock.
Well, it is in divine timing in which the show will end.
That's right.
It apparently doesn't want to end.